Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Entertainment Brick Show. Today, I wanted to cover the news regarding HBO Max, because it's not going to be HBO Max anymore. It's just going to be named Max, which I think is kind of a dumb rebranding. I don't think that name really works, kind of like HBO Max. Like, HBO kind of has a brand behind it, so it makes more sense, but just turning it into Max, like, I don't know, very weird. But I'm not really here to talk about that in particular. I'm more here to talk about the projects that they announced for the coming years for this new Max streaming service, I guess. So there's 3 different things here: 2 DC, 1 Harry Potter, and it's all stuff I believe that's coming out next year. I think it's coming out next year. But regardless, there's a lot of information that just came out. It's very good information, so I'm very excited. And yeah, I want to just kind of talk about it. I want to go through it all. So let's start with the first thing, which is the Creature Commandoes show. So the DCU, of course, is supposed to begin, or originally I thought it was going to begin like July 11th, 2025, when the Superman movie released, but it sounds like we might actually be getting the beginning of the DCU a little bit earlier with this Creature Commandos animated series that follows the Creature Commandos from the comics, I guess. But basically, we have some cast information for the Creature Commandos, which is very exciting. I'm so excited for it. It's a great cast, and it's going to be a really cool animated series. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. All we know is the cast, but regardless, it's going to be very cool. So we have Frank Grillo, who originally played Crossbones in the MCU, is now playing Rick Flag Sr. There's David Harbour, who's Chief Hopper from Stranger Things, and a bunch of other Red Guardian from Marvel, is playing Frankenstein. Indira Varma, I think is how you say her name. I could be butchering that. I might be butchering a lot of these names, so I apologize. But she will be playing the Bride, which is the Bride of Frankenstein, and she was in Game of Thrones, and she was Tala Dureth in Kenobi. Sean Gunn, who's James Gunn's brother, who plays Kraglin and Weasel. He'll be returning as Weasel, but he'll also be G.I. Robot. Then we have, I actually don't know who this actress is, but Maria Bakalova. I don't know if I'm saying Bakalova. I don't know exactly if I'm saying that right, but she will be playing Elena Rostovic. I don't know if that's how you say that either, but I don't know that actress in particular off the top of my head. We have Zoe Chow as Nina Mazursky. I don't know if I'm saying either of those names right, but I apologize for butchering them. And then we have Alan Tudyk. I don't know if that's how you say his name, as Dr. Phosphorus. I do know Alan. He played Mr. Nobody in the first season of Doom Patrol, and he's also done a bunch of other voice work, I believe, for different animated series. But regardless, he's playing Dr. Phosphorus, so that's pretty cool. Dr. Phosphorus is a pretty cool character. Then we also have Steve Agee coming back as John Economos, and then also Waller, I think, is supposed to be in here. And yeah, regardless, the whole idea here, very cool thing. This is, again, coming out next year, 2024. So we're actually going to be getting some pretty cool new, like, James Gunn DCU content releasing next year, 2024. So very exciting there. The next DC thing to talk about here is that there was a quick, like, minute and 15-second trailer for Matt Reeves' Penguin show starring Colin Farrell. And oh man, it looks so good. I was so excited watching this. I loved 2022's The Batman, and just seeing, they even kind of like branded this, or not branded it, but like kind of promoted it a little bit in the trailer as the next chapter of the Batman saga. And oh my god, it looks so good. It looks just like the movie. First off, it looks just like the movie, and second, it's going to be like more time that we get to spend in this world, because the Batman movie, regardless if it was long or not, I think it was around 3 hours. This is going to be an 8-episode series, so it's like 8 hours. It's so good. I'm so excited for this new Penguin show. Colin Farrell, I already know, is going to be like amazing in it. It already looks amazing. He looks great. All the other cast members look great. It's like the Sopranos, but in DC, or in this Matt Reeves Batman universe, and I love it. So I'm so very excited for that show. That is also coming out next year, 2024. We don't know a specific date for either of these shows, but regardless, it is going to be next year. And I'm hoping, well, first off, for Creature Commandos, I'm really hoping we get like at least one set or maybe a minifigure series for Creature Commandos. I don't think we will, unfortunately, just because I don't know how LEGO will kind of go with the whole DC animated vibe, but I am really hoping we get at least some sort of Creature Commandos representation from Lego, because there's a lot of cool characters in there with Weasel, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, like so many good minifigure potential there. And then with the Penguin show, I would love to get at least one set based off this show. I don't know if this show might be a little bit too like mature, I guess. I don't know if that's kind of the way to put it, but either that or just, I don't know, some sort of way to get like this really cool Colin Farrell Penguin, because I kind of thought the Penguin that they had in the actual Batman sets, the Batmobile set from last or a couple years ago now, wasn't very good. It wasn't a very good it wasn't a very good look for the Penguin. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, it didn't look like the Penguin in the movie. Now here's your opportunity to kind of do a do-over here and kind of remake this Penguin figure, and I'm hoping that this show does well, because I really want to see more of like these darker, grittier Matt Reeves Batman series or Batman shows from that universe. And I would love Lego to at least do, again, like I said, at least one set, maybe like that cool car that was shown in one of the frames. One of the shots was like this really cool car that the Penguin seemed to be driving. I'd love to get like Penguin, like just kind of get your main character, the Penguin, and then like your main kind of like villains, I guess, of this series, which would be I think Salvatore Maroni, I think is going to be the main villain. But regardless, very excited for the show. I hope there's Lego. If there's not, that's, what are you going to do? But very excited. Very excited for both of those DC shows. Now we move on to probably the most interesting news here, and that is regarding a new redo, I guess, of the Harry Potter books. Now, obviously, I think it was it 1999 when the first Harry Potter movie came out? Anyways, now, the first, there's obviously the Harry Potter saga. There was like 7 or 8 movies for that, based off the books. And apparently, I really didn't know this because I haven't actually read the Harry Potter books, that they don't really stay true to the books at all, really. It seems like. Or they've obviously taken like the idea of Harry Potter and stuff, but they're not very like closely tied to the books compared to what this seems like it's going to be, which is this new Harry Potter show. And it's scheduled for like a 10-year run, which is crazy to think about. And every season is going to be based off of one of the Harry Potter books. And it's going to be, J.K. Rowling's going to be like executive producer on it or something like that. But it's super interesting idea, I guess. I'm personally like interested to see where they go. It's going to be an all new cast, all new everybody. I'd imagine they're probably going to have some cameos from the original cast, but all new cast, all new people part of this series. Again, a 10-year run, which is crazy. And they have a lot of books to use for this 10-year run, so it is going to be really cool. I'm actually kind of excited for it. And with that being said, though, I wanted to kind of talk about the Lego side of this as well. So I am excited for this. It's going to be something enjoyable to watch. I'd imagine it's probably going to be like 8 to 10 episode seasons, and then it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I'm excited on that front. But now we come to the Lego front of this situation here, which is maybe Lego Harry Potter was going to get redone again. So obviously we had the original run starting in 2018 up until 2021, and then in 2021 they kind of started to redo a bunch of sets and redo the style of Hogwarts to kind of match this like the style where you could like kind of mix and match the rooms of Hogwarts and build it out. You know what I mean? So that I think they might want to do that. They might do that again, like that new style again, because of the show. Like Lego is just every year, whenever a season releases, they're just going to be like, oh, all right, release a wave of sets based off the season. So I'm kind of imagining Lego's probably going to do that. And then this also leads to the Lego video game side here, where is this Lego Harry Potter game going to be based off this show rather than the original movies? Kind of was thinking about that a little bit too. Obviously, if you don't know, there is a Lego Harry Potter game in the Skywalker Saga style that is kind of scheduled to be the next TT Games Lego game, and I'm wondering if it's going to be based off this show rather than being based off the actual original movies. So that is definitely something to think about. But regardless, Harry Potter show sounds interesting. I'm definitely going to probably enjoy watching it. The sets, I don't know if I want to have to just restart another Hogwarts again. I don't know if I want to do that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Matt Reeves Penguin show, I am ecstatic for. I absolutely just cannot wait for that show. I think it's going to be so good. I hope we at least get like one Lego set, but we probably won't, unfortunately, just because I don't know. It doesn't seem like something that Lego would do. And then Creature Commandos, another animated series that I'm actually pretty excited for, but we'll see if Lego does anything based off of it. I hope they do. I really hope they do. But it's a great cast for that show. So that is all the news that has come from this new change in the streaming service of HBO Max. now just being called Max. There was a lot more information that kind of came out about a bunch of other shows, but this is just kind of the stuff I wanted to touch upon in particular. So with that being said, if you enjoyed that video, do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.